The old man covered himself with a white cloth. After counting to 3, he miraculously floated in midair. The man in front of him was dumbfounded. Even he, a genius magician, could not fathom the secret behind it. He immediately wanted to buy the trick, but no matter how much Will offered, the old man refused to sell, packed up his things and prepared to leave. Helpless Will could only ask the man to perform again. But as the old man covered himself with the cloth once more, the greedy Will sent him to heaven with a single blow, because he knew all the old man's secrets were recorded in the notebook he carried with him. In the face of fame and fortune, Will would stop at nothing. With the stolen levitation trick, he quickly rose to fame. 9 years later, Will had become a top magician in the industry. He thought his secret was long buried, until one day, the appearance of a young reporter made Will realize the danger once again. The reporter's name was Gabe. He claimed to be an enthusiastic fan of Will. The moment they met, he went on and on expressing his admiration for Will. Will was already used to this, but he smiled and told Gabe to return what he took. It turned out that just moments ago, Gabe had deliberately distracted him, and secretly swiped his ring. But such a simple trick could never fool the eyes of a master magician. Will said he saw through his intention in just 3 seconds. Gabe hurriedly apologized, explaining that he did it only to test Will's abilities, and since he loved magic, he hoped to become his apprentice. Will had a decent impression of this young reporter, so he asked about his background, but the answer gave Will a shock. It turned out Gabe's grandfather was also a magician. Since childhood he had been learning by his grandfather's side. However, one day, his grandfather left without saying a word, taking the magic notebook and suddenly disappeared.